starting lineups for the World Cup Group C game between Denmark and Australia at the Samara Arena on Thursday, 4 p.m. UAE kickoff. Denmark 4-3-3, Kasper, Schmeichel, Henrik, Dalsgaard, Simon, Kjaer, capt. Andreas, Christensen, Jens, Stryger, Larsen, Thomas, Delaney, Lasse, Christian, Eriksen, Yussuf, Poulsen, Nicolai, Joergensen, Pione, Sisto. Coach, age, Hareide, Nor, Australia 4-2-3-1, Mathew, Ryan, Josh, Risdon, Trent, Sainsbury, Mark, Milligan, Aziz, Behich, Jedinak, capt. Aaron, Mooy, Mathew, Lecky, Tom, Rogic, Robbie, Cruz, Andrew, Nabout, coach, Bert Van Marwijk, Ned, referee, Antonio Mathew, ESP, 3 p.m. Macaulay has arrived, ready to see Messi and Modric go head-to-head. Our World Cup reporter has arrived in Nizhny Novgorod ahead of tonight's late match between Argentina and Croatia in Group D. Lionel Messi and his Argentina teammates, who were held to a 1-1 draw in their opening match by Iceland, with their talisman and captain seeing his second-half penalty kick saved, know they face a slick outfit in Croatia, who will be in confident mood with 3 points already on the board, following their 2-0 win over Nigeria. On paper, this would appear to be Croatia's toughest match in the group. However, manager Zlatko Dalic actually thinks it will be their easiest. Overconfident? No, not really. Read here to find out why. 2:50 p.m. Famous footballers and their superstitions. Some players believe World Cup success is earned through exercise, diet and endless practice drills. Others are convinced it is a matter of wearing lucky underwear. Players and coaches can be a superstitious bunch and often have a ritual or item of clothing they believe is a charm that has contributed to a winning run. They range from former Colombian keeper René Higuita's insistence on wearing blue underpants to current German striker Mario Gomez's habit of only using the far left urinal to relieve himself before a match. Gomez's Germany teammate Julian Draxler gives himself a spritz of scent before a big match. Sometimes my teammates ask me if I'm not right in the head, the Paris Saint-Germain midfielder said. You can read the full story here. Julian Draxler gives himself a spritz of scent before a big match. Peter Powell, EPA, 2:25 p.m. Rashford and Loftus-Cheek could start for England. England manager Gareth Southgate is considering starting both Marcus Rashford and Ruben Loftus-Cheek against Panama on Sunday instead of Raheem Sterling and Dele Alli. AFP Sport understands England want to look at Rashford up front alongside Harry Kane, and Loftus-Cheek in midfield with Jesse Lingard and Jordan Henderson. Alli's omission would not be a surprise given the 22-year-old picked up a thigh strain in the opening win over Tunisia. But Sterling has been a regular starter under Southgate, and his absence in Nizhny Novgorod would be a surprise, even if the Manchester City forward was guilty of missing chances in the first game. Panama appear to be the weakest team in Group G, and it is possible England are prepared to rotate, giving players such as Loftus-Cheek and Rashford a chance to impress. 1:10 p.m. Injured Alli misses England training. England attacking midfielder Dele Alli missed team training on Thursday as he bids to recover from a thigh injury in time for the side's second World Cup Group G encounter against Panama. The Tottenham Hotspur player picked up the knock during the 2-1 win over Tunisia on Monday, with Alli tweeting that he was working to get back to full fitness. Frustrating to have picked up a slight injury on Monday. Will do everything in my power to get back to full fitness ASAP, he wrote. England take on Panama in Nizhny Novgorod on Sunday before completing the pool phase against Belgium in Kaliningrad next Thursday. 12:20 p.m. Catch up with all the World Cup action. We realize there's a lot to take in: the action, the analysis, the ranking of worst throw-ins and best free kicks. So thank your lucky stars, we have a World Cup 2018 landing page for your one-stop shop of all the action in Russia. Relive all the action on our daily blogs. Check out features from the likes of Richard Jolly, Ian Hockey and our very own man in Moscow, John Macaulay. There's podcasts, picture galleries, videos and favorite World Cup memories written by staff at the National. There's also a comprehensive list of venues in Abu Dhabi and Dubai showing all the World Cup games live. And don't forget to download your World Cup wall chart so you can track the results. So for your one-stop shop of all things World Cup, stop here. The Spartak Stadium in Moscow. Etisalat has offered customers a DH 550 package to watch all 64 World Cup games in Russia. Mladen Antonov, AFP, 11:30 a.m. Worst throw-in at a World Cup? The throw-in is a simple technique as far as football goes. You don't have to be a professional to be able to take one, writes our online editor Ian Oxborough. A handful of players struggle with their hand-eye coordination, though, while others, such as Iran's Milad Mohammadi, are prepared to take the concept further by adding some gymnastics to the routine. It would have been an impressive moment during Wednesday night's Group B match against Spain had Iran not been losing 1-0 and it being deep into injury time when Mohammadi decided it was time to show off his moves. Except he didn't pull it off. As to why, read Oxborough's tick here. 11:20 a.m. Pizzi's pledge to Saudi fans. Juan Antonio Pizzi says his Saudi Arabia side will do everything to make the country proud in their final 2018 World Cup match against Egypt next week, after confirming their exit with the narrow defeat to Uruguay on Wednesday. Beaten 5-0 in the tournament opener by hosts Russia, the Saudis rebounded with a much improved performance in Rostov-on-Don. Despite losing 1-0 to Luis Suarez's first-half goal, they enjoyed the greater share of the possession against the much-fancied South Americans. Rated 14th in the world, Uruguay sit 53 places higher than Saudi Arabia, who are the tournament's second lowest-ranked side. You can read John McCauley's story here. View a photo gallery from the game below. Luis Suarez of Uruguay celebrates after scoring his team's only goal during the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia Group A match between Uruguay and Saudi Arabia at Rostov Arena in Rostov-on-Don, Russia, on June 20, 2018. Ryan Pierce, Getty Images. Luis Suarez of Uruguay celebrates after scoring. Ryan Pierce, Getty Images. Edinson Cavani of Uruguay is tackled by Osama Hassawi during the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia Group A match between Uruguay and Saudi Arabia. Clive Rose, Getty Images. Luis Suarez of Uruguay shoots during the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia Group A match between Uruguay and Saudi Arabia. Matthias Hengst, Getty Images. Uruguay's Carlos Sanchez reacts after a missed chance. Max Rossi, Reuters. Osama Hassawi of Saudi Arabia, right, and Luis Suarez of Uruguay in action. Sean Fu, EPA. Saudi Arabia's Yasser Al-Shahrani and Ali Al-Balai push Uruguay's Luis Suarez. Andrew Medicini, AP photo. Fahad Al-Mulad of Saudi Arabia is challenged by Jose Jimenez of Uruguay. Matthias Hengst, Getty Images. Uruguay's Diego Godin in action with Saudi Arabia's Fahad Al-Mulad. Max Rossi, Reuters. Uruguay's Guillermo Varela and Rodrigo Bentancur in action with Saudi Arabia's Taysir Al-Jassim. Marco Di Uritza, Reuters. Mohammed Al-Alaway of Saudi Arabia gives his team instructions. Clive Rose, Getty Images. Saudi Arabia's Salem Al-Dazari in action with Uruguay's Guillermo Varela. Max Rossi, Reuters. Luis Suarez of Uruguay reacts during the 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia Group A match between Uruguay and Saudi Arabia. Matthias Hengst, Getty Images. 11 a.m. Teammates pay for Danish defender's flight home to see newborn. What an incredible gesture. Denmark's internationals paid for a private jet to fly left-back Jonas Knudsen home to see his newborn daughter following Saturday's 1-0 victory over Peru. Goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel said he and his teammates were looking beyond football into the human being when they decided to pool in to send the new dad home to his family. Knudsen's wife Trine gave birth to their first baby many weeks early last Tuesday. The defender was surprised to learn that he had become a father from squad staff. Meanwhile, a GOAT got into the predictions game. 10:45 a.m. A fan who can't let go of Messi with their next World Cup match against Croatia just one day away. Argentina fans were starting to gather in Nizhny Novgorod on Wednesday and some brought their stars with them. Die-hard supporter Gonzalo Caruso has his hero Lionel Messi tattooed on his calf. Full story here, video is below. 10 a.m., day 8 is here, morning all. It may not yet be easy to predict who the early favorites are to win the World Cup since the tournament kicked off exactly a week ago. But following action on day 7, there are early indications as to which two players are most likely to lead the goal scorers chart during Russia 2018. Cristiano Ronaldo along with Lionel Messi is among the two best players in the world. But the Portuguese Ronaldo has got a head start on his Argentine rival by scoring 4 goals in 2 games, including a hat-trick against Spain. Wednesday's action saw Ronaldo score just the 1 goal against Morocco. But what a goal it was! You can read a report on the game by our main in Russia, John Macaulay, by clicking here. Meanwhile, Spain's Diego Costa is not far behind Ronaldo. He is on 3 goals after scoring twice against Portugal followed by 1 against Iran on Wednesday night. Another player to watch out for is Luis Suarez, who scored the winner for Uruguay against Saudi Arabia in Wednesday's other game. It was a result that knocked both the Saudis and Egypt out of the competition, with both sides on 0 points after 2 games apiece. You can read our English football correspondent Richard Jolly's report on the game by clicking here. Lionel Messi and his Argentina teammates train ahead of their game against Croatia. Albert Heya, Reuters. Today's action: Denmark meet a robust Australian side in Group C at 4 p.m. at the Samara Arena in Samara to kick off the day's proceedings. Australia might consider themselves unfortunate to lose to France after putting in a good day's work. But they will know that with a little luck they are capable of beating a less star-studded side in Denmark. Next up is another Group C game, this one between tournament favorites France and Peru, with the latter under pressure to win. It could be curtains for them if the South Americans lose. They play at the Ekaterinburg Arena in Ekaterinburg. The late game is once again the big game of the day, with Argentina facing Croatia in Group D. It is a game that Argentina need to win if they stand a chance of making the knockout stages. But Croatia are formidable opponents, so it should be a close game, to be staged at Nizhny Novgorod Stadium in Nizhny Novgorod. Denmark's Christian Eriksen, right, trains with his teammates ahead of their game against Australia. Jonathan Nakstrand, AFP, download while you stay tuned to what's coming up. Why don't you download our wall chart to keep track of the games? You can get it here. Oh, and do you need a one-stop shop for everything from predictions, group guides, picture galleries and where to watch all 64 games in the UAE? You're in luck then. Visit our World Cup landing page to read expert opinion and features throughout the June 14th to July 15th tournament.